Stay there, leave. Give me that feeling more I'm excited.
Some sort of celebration. So we're down there in
It's all right.
No, I'm in Palmerston. Yeah. What time are you picking her up?
Lauren, this is my first marathon for Boston to go It's good to know
I know. That's the idea of one. So we can catch up. We need to go to the one that's next that.
I've just been there, I've got 5 minutes for
the night.
on my other side.
I live in Denver. Yeah. Where you live?
I used to see music.
I don't go to Jenny. I live right in my own house. You want to change the house and I'm straight away. I'm on the other side. I go in. The ones that my kids on the big back end of the stuff up. And people buckets on this. He keeps thinking it's all about money. It's not about the money. I said, we're just doing this course. Well, they did a good job as whatever, but now we've got to carry on. Yeah, that's right. I used to do the business. You got a day off today.
I'll go on over.
Well, here, well, I went to the pool. Do I need to go? Just get out of your house and go somewhere different. With your own thing, and he said, do you have to go? I said, you go, I'll drive the go. How's your life going? I was when I came back to the young baby, calling the shoving them in our faces all day. Well, that's right. That's why she said, make sure you... Hey? Somebody did that. She said, no, we don't want to know that. That's on the other... Just one that's like... So she went along, that box, and then this one.
So I was running to the whole thing. Yeah. Because, I mean, I've just got this one. It's 3 years, isn't it? So we've got 2 possibly.
I went to his place. I went to his place. That day.
Uki mai e koe.
Kati tēnā tātou, kia te matai tā tātou hui, mā te tuku I te arawhata ki tō tātou kaihanga, kia ino I tātou. Hei mua koe I a mātou, e hoa I tōhi tohu I a mātou. Koe anō kei te whakakaha I a mātou, kia whai korore ai koe I roto I a mātou mahi katoa. He mea mahi, he mea timata, he mea whakaoti I roto I a koe. Kia whiwhi ai mātou I te oro tonu I te mea ata whai tia nei e koe, ko ihu karaiti hoki tō mātou kai whakaora, amine. Nō reira, kia ora tata. Me ki, tēnā koutou ko whita mai, ai tēnei rā tino makariri. Engari rā kei te pai. Nō reira, haru mai ki tō tātou nei hui. Ai tēnei ahi. Ki te whakarongo, ki te pātai pēr. Ngā ahuatanga, ka puta mai I rungi I tēnei kri. Nō reira, kia o nei, me hoki o tātou whakaro, ki o tātou mātua chipuna. Te mea hoki nā rātou e nei moi ā. Nā rātou tēnei tūmanako. Nā rātou tēnei mamai. I whānako mai te pākea o tātou whenua. Ai I o rātou mai. Tēnā tangata kāwana krei pēr. A rātou mā. O te kāwana tanga, I whānako mai o tātou whenua, mai rāno. A koe ne tō tātou nei a Whakaemi o te Wairoa, tō tātou mahi. A I ngā tau, te kaumā I wapea ngā tau, a tātou e whawhai ana te crown. Engari rā I nai nei, ko tānei tātou, ki te settlement. Makoutou e mātaki me he mea, kei te tautoko koutou, ki o tātou mahi. Kei te whakahe, makoutou e whakahe pēr. Engari rā, tēnā tātou, I rungi e nā whakaro. Hei, kaue ware ki o tātou mātua, nā rātou nei o tātou mamai whakaro mai rāno. Engari rā, ko tai mai tātou, I tēnei ahi. Ki te titiro, ki te whakawhanaunga tātou ia tātou. Katahi no, ka tūtaki ki a koe e rewi. Haru mai I rungi te karanga o te kaupapa. Nō reira, kare nui rā ngā kōrero, engari rā, ahi, tino kua te ngā kau ki te ia koutou, ko puta mai. Nō reira, I rote te ingo tō tātou nei, me ki, tō tātou trust, ki mai nei, tātou o te Wairoa, tō tātou. Koena te ingoa o tō tātou nei trust. Kau e pēnei, ko nuhaka koe, ko whakaki koe, ko waikare mōna koe kao. Ko tātou a tātou. Mai rāno tēnā kōrero I timi kara a rātou mā. I puta mai tēnā kōrero a tātou. Engari rā, I roto I o tātou nei kōrero pukariri pēr. Ka puta mai tēnā, ko wau tēnei, ko koe tēnā, ko koe tēnā. Kai te pai, kai te pai. Ko tā mai tātou ki tēnei pō. I rungi te kōrero a tātou a tātou. No reira, huri no, karero ronga kōrero, tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa.
Pine te kura, wana ke te kura, raroi awarua, ko te kura nui, ko te kura roa, ko te kura o tawhitina tu haipo. Tēnei te tira hau, tēnei hara mai nei, ko te umurangi nā te watui a piti, nau mai e tāma ki te tai ao nei, kia whakangunga koe ki te whai katoa, ki te tūmata kuru, ki te tara o ngata i rora e nā hau e kupe i Wairoa i te ao nei. Piki ake ake i te toe uarewa, te ara o tā whaki i piki ai ki runga, i roko hina tura mai kukuma kakahapa o mau e he waha i pāmai, taku wahine purotu, taku tāne purotu, ko lua ko te tau e.
Anō reire, he kōrero whakamutunga māku, āwhiti hono, tātai hono, a rātau te ngō mate ki a rātau, hare rātau ki a paira. Kuri noa, tātou te hunga, ora, ki a tātou. Tēnā tātou katoa.
Tuaki. Kia ora tātou, tēnā anō tātou. My name is Tamati Olsen. I'm the chairperson of the Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa. You've all just heard from our kaumātua and another one of our mandated representatives, Walter Wilson from Whakaemi. I also want to introduce our other reps here today. Starting over here, Richard Niania, Sini Kahukura, Leon Sines, Oha Manuel, Lilian Tahuki, Wiki Hauraki, Janina Sines. And we're some of the Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa. We've got 28 in total. Eno. Come to get, they know this drill, you see. We're some of the Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa. There's 28 of us in total. 28 of us in total. Pākehā say you're crazy having a government structure say that big. Oh, it's the norm. It's our culture. I'd like to tautoko Walter's mihi to us all. Thank you all for coming out. Aha kua ua, marangai, au awhio a tāwhiri mātia, pai tērā tohu, au awhio kia mau, hurricanes. Pai tērā tohu. You're coming out today. And this is our 7th hui in our round of ratification around the motu. And reaching out to our whānau, as many of our whānau as possible. So thank you. Before we start, a couple of things. Firstly, exit door, ka tangi te pere, each to themselves, pau their door down, first signs out, make way for the others, and go out orderly. I'm sure staff will let us know you need to assemble in case of any emergency out there in the horrible weather. Whare paku, ara, behind this door over here. If you've got one of these devices, smartphones, bane of our existence nowadays. So please put it on silent. If it goes off during our hui, we're going to fine you $1. When they get there. Please put them on silent. Today's hui, like all the rest of our hui, we've divvied up into thirds. Our first third is going to require your fellas' ears and eyes. We've got a presentation. It takes about 20 minutes for the presentation. And if you're all good Māoris, you listen hard, work hard, then we'll let you add your mouths to the next third. We will have questions and answers. We've got some ground rules around our questions, just to keep things civilised. And we'll get those down when we get closer to that. And then of course after that is one of the most important words. Walter mentioned in his meeting, the other reason we are here, whakawhanaungatanga. So after that session, we have a cup of tea, have a talk, you can talk to all the reps. Doesn't have to be about treaty bizzo. If you want to know how's things back home, who's doing what, yada yada. Whanaungatanga. So that's our 3/3 for today. Ka pai? We promise you it'll take an hour, hour and a half tops. Depends how many questions you've got, eh? Last thing, we've got a camera here, it's hooked up to the interweb. And that's where all of our global whānau and our national whānau are hooked in. We've had that going at all of our hui across the Motu, starting back in Wairoa. We've had heaps of participation on this thing too. And last weekend is showing in our evolving nature and getting used to all this technology. Last weekend, for the first time as we were going through our hui, we started getting some questions coming off the live feed from our whānau all around the world. And so that's open to them too again. Those that are in the right time zones, I suppose, around the world who are hooked in. So if there's any questions coming down through our live stream today, we'll try and get a couple of those in as well. Ka pai? Because we're just trying to show we're hip, and we can do it with our young kids. That's why. So without holding our things up, we're going to get on with our hui. Ka pai? We'll turn our lights off to this part.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai, haere mai. Thank you for joining us today for our Ratification Information Hui. Where te Tira Whakaemi o te
Tēnā
Wairoa,
koutou
the
katoa.
organisation
Nau
that
mai,
represents
haere
you,
mai.
the
Thank you for
whānau,
joining us
hapu
today
and
for our
iwi,
Ratification
whakapapa,
Information Hui. We're Te Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa, the organisation that has represented you, the whānau, hapu and iwi, who whakapapa to the ancestral waka of Tākitimu and Kurahaupo in our negotiations with the Crown to comprehensively settle all historical Treaty of Waitangi claims in this area. This hui is an opportunity to learn more about the settlement Te Tira has negotiated for you. The presentation is approximately 20 minutes long. Following the presentation, you will have the chance to ask questions and discuss the settlement. We have allocated a maximum of 30 minutes for questions and answers. Today, you can also vote on the 3 resolutions, which are outlined on page 6 of the Ratification Information booklet. If you are not a registered member of Te Tira, you can register and vote today. You'll be able to cast your vote in the provided ballot box at any time throughout the hui. Voting yes will support our settlement and allow us to move forward. We are holding 9 hui across Aotearoa, in Wairoa, Ahuriri, Te Whanganui a Tara, Rotorua, Kirikiriroa, Tāmaki Makaurau, Papaioea, Waihopai and Otautahi. The information presented at each hui is exactly the same and will cover our journey to settlement, the stages involved in negotiating with the Crown and the process to this point. Voting. As beneficiaries, you have the right to decide. In this section, we'll explain how and when you and your whānau can vote. the deed of settlement. As part of the voting, we'll ask you to vote yes to accept the deed of settlement. In this section, we'll look at what's included and what this means for us, ngā iwi me ngā hapu o te rohe o te Wairoa. The settlement package. We'll explain what's included in the settlement, such as financial compensation, cultural acknowledgements, and whenua, as well as the new relationships that will be established with government and council organisations. If our settlement gets the green light, it will become law. So we'll need a new trust to administer and manage our assets. We'll explain more about tātou tātou o te Wairoa and the voting process involved in electing its trustees and agreeing that tātou tātou o te Wairoa Trust be the post-settlement governance entity that will receive and manage redress on behalf of the iwi and hapu of te rohe o te Wairoa. We'll finish with a question and answer session where you'll have the opportunity to ask any questions you have. We've reached a significant stage in our negotiations with the Crown. Now it's your turn to have a say. We need your vote for the settlement to progress. Te Tira encourages you to vote yes on the following 3 resolutions. I, as a member of the iwi and hapu of te rohe o te Wairoa, accept the deed of settlement for one comprehensive settlement of all historical Treaty of Waitangi claims between the Crown and iwi and hapu of te rohe o te Wairoa. I agree that the tātou tātou o te Wairoa Trust be the post-settlement governance entity that will receive and manage redress on behalf of the iwi and hapu of te rohe o te Wairoa. I agree that the initial trustees of the tātou tātou o te Wairoa Trust sign the deed of settlement on behalf of the iwi and hapu of te rohe o te Wairoa.
We have some beautiful young people and not so young people that have trained as lawyers, accountants, bank managers, etc., etc. People like me, we need to gracefully back out. We've done our job in negotiation. And in this group of people that we have within our rohi of Rongamai Wahine, there are very skilled people that can really help their generations as well in their futures to come. Our rangatahi are here today. They're not the future tomorrow. They are here today. And it would be great to see them come on board and offer the skills, whether in the reo, whether in the culture, whether in the tikanga. We are here to support them, not for them to support us.
The journey to settlement. Treaty of Waitangi claims in our district have a long and significant history dating back to the early 1980s. In 2002, iwi and hapu met and decided that we should work together to progress our claims across the district under the auspices of the Wairoa Working Group. This was the genesis of Te Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa. In 2009, Te Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa had its mandate approved, which allowed us to negotiate with the Crown on your behalf. It's taken a lot of hard work, but Te Tira Whakaemi believes we've reached the best deal possible for our iwi and hapu. In May this year, around 50 members of Te Tira travelled to Parliament to initial our deed of settlement. Now, we're in the ratification stage, where we need as many of our people to cast a vote and have a say. If approved and passed into law by Parliament, our new post-settlement governance entity will manage the following stage. This is where we'll receive recognition and have the agreed assets returned to us by the Crown. Voting on the 3 resolutions began on the 15th of July. You need to cast your vote by 5 p.m. Friday, the 26th of August, for it to count. The total number of votes we receive matters, so please vote as soon as possible and help us to spread the message to your whānau to get involved. So how do you vote? By now, you should have received a ratification pack that includes an information booklet and a voting paper. With this voting paper, you can vote in one of 3 ways. Online, by heading to our website, tetirawhakaemi.iwi.nz, and following the instructions. You'll need the PIN number and password located on your voting paper. This is the best method, as there'll be no chance your vote will be lost in the mail. We recommend this method to registered members living overseas also. By voting online, you'll also receive an instant notification when your vote has been received. You can also vote by post. You'll need to fill out the original voting paper you've been supplied, as photocopies won't be accepted. Clearly tick yes or no next to each of the 3 resolutions. Put this in the free post envelope you receive in your pack and post the letter back. Votes posted on the closing date will only be counted if they are received within 3 days, so vote early to avoid missing the deadline. Or, if you have a completed voting paper with you today, you can put this in the ballot box provided. Voting is open to all Te Tira Whakaemi o Te Wairoa registered members, including those overseas who are aged 18 and over. For those not registered, we have special voting packs available today that include a registration form to complete at the same time as your voting paper. The voting helpline is also available to call if you need to request a special voting pack, need a replacement voting form, or have any questions relating to the voting process. The entire voting process, including the helpline, is managed by an independent company called Elections. They are based in Christchurch and have no association to any of our iwi or hapu. This ensures fairness and confidentiality. An independent returning officer has been appointed by Elections to verify all votes and check each voting paper against the register. For that reason, it's important that you only vote once. Let's now look at the deed of settlement that we've negotiated, which we encourage you to vote yes to. The deed of settlement will fully and finally settle all historical Treaty of Waitangi claims of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o Te Wairoa. The benefits of the settlement will be available to all members who whakapapa to the ancestral waka of Tāki Timu and Kurahaupo, which is approximately 34,000 of us. If you would like more detailed information about who the settlement is for and the historical claims covered, you can find this on pages 17, 18 and 19 of your information booklet. Let's now look at the deed of settlement. This includes a Crown apology, an agreed historical account, Crown acknowledgements of treaty breaches, a cultural redress offer, and financial and commercial redress. The Crown apology is intended to be a practical and constructive way of addressing the hurt previously inflicted on the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o Te Wairoa by the Crown. The apology shows the Crown's desire to move forward and build a new relationship based on the Treaty of Waitangi that will work for our current and future generations. The historical account plays an important part in the Crown's apology, as it's an agreed statement that records our history with the Crown. It includes mentions of war, Lake Waikaremoana and Te Urewera National Park, land purchases, and the resulting consequences, including socio-economic deprivation. It's a statement that took a lot of negotiation, time, evidence, and findings from the Waitangi Tribunal to create. It's important background information that shows why the deed of settlement is necessary. In creating the historical account, the Crown has acknowledged and taken responsibility for a number of historical breaches in relation to the Treaty of Waitangi. This is of course something that we and our kaumātua have fought for a long time and is significant. These acknowledgements are what led us to the redress and compensation that we're about to explain. The cultural redress recognises the traditional, historical and spiritual associations our people have with whenua and sites owned by the Crown in our rohe. The deed grants permission to work alongside a range of organisations to protect, enhance and conserve each of these valued sites. For this to happen, the following working relationships will be established. A relationship between the Wairoa District Council, the Hawke's Bay Regional Council and our newly formed post-settlement governance entity. This will include letters of introduction to both councils. And Te Rohe o Te Wairoa Reserves Board, Mātangi Rau, will work with the Wairoa District Council to administer and manage a mix of their reserves. There will also be a range of relationships with the Ministry of Environment, Department of Conservation, Department of Internal Affairs, and relevant departments in relation to Crown Minerals and Taonga Tūturu protocols. We'll also work with the Hawke's Bay Regional Planning Committee, Te Papa Tongarewa, and the Urewera Board. On top of this, we'll also be able to create a social and economic revitalisation strategy framework for our iwi, led by the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment, and including the Ministries of Education, Health, Social Development, Primary Industries, Te Puni Kōkiri, and others. All of our new relationships will help us to look after places that we care about and move forward to a better future. The deed includes detail about specific sites in Te Rohe o Te Wairoa that the Crown has acknowledged we have connections to. Here is a summary of what is included. 5 sites to be returned to us and then gifted back. Kumi Pakarai Conservation Area, Mahia Peninsula Scenic Reserve, Morere Springs Scenic Reserve, Otoki Government Purpose Wildlife Management Reserve, Te Reinga Scenic Reserve Property A. For a complete list of what the sites are and what type of redress applies to each, refer to page 16 of your information booklet. The Crown has also agreed to financial compensation. The total value is $100 million. This is made up of $88,964,250 in cash. The remaining financial package is made up of a 50% share in the Patunamu Forest, valued at $2,465,750, a 50% share in Wharerata Forest, valued at $3,570,000, and an on-account payment of $5 million. The settlement will also include accumulated rentals from the shares in the forests and interest earned on the entire financial redress. Another form of redress is commercial. There are 24 deferred selection properties. The deed provides our post-settlement governance entity with a right to purchase these properties for a number of months following the settlement date. There are a further 147 properties which, when they are offered for sale, our post-settlement governance entity will have an advantage to purchase. This is called a right of first refusal. The properties are currently held by the Department of Conservation, Housing New Zealand Corporation, Land Information New Zealand, and the Office of Treaty Settlements Land Bank.
We are all aware there will never be the settlement that is required to settle things properly as far as the tiriti was concerned. That'll never occur, but what we can get through settlement, we look forward to that, to help uplift our people. Me ngā whakahaere wainganui a rātou, whakapakari a rātou marae kāinga, a rātou whenua, ngā mea ka riro mai, ngā mea kaore riro, ka pauriti ngā kau mo te rā. Aku whakaaro mo rātou, kia u, kia mau, kia tūtuki rawa, waiho, ngā raruraru wainganui a koutou i te kāinga. Engari, kia tūtuki rawa tēnei mahi, whakawātea koutou i ngā whakahaere kei mui a koutou. Kia kore, ka me te karauna, ka wiki tōlea ko te karauna.
To settle our claims with the Crown, we also need you to vote yes. I agree that the Tātou o Te Wairoa Trust be the post-settlement governance entity that will receive and manage redress on behalf of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o Te Wairoa. And yes, I agree that the initial trustees of the Tātou o Te Wairoa Trust sign the deed of settlement on behalf of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o Te Wairoa. The trust deed is the legal document that will govern the post-settlement governance entity, or PSGE, our trust, and determine how it will operate to manage the settlement redress. Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa is the PSGE that we've agreed on after much consideration. The Crown has also given its approval for this entity. Once the settlement goes ahead, Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa will receive and administer the settlement redress and any future assets. In the initial 2-year period, the Trust will sign the deed of settlement, follow the review process and consult with representatives of our iwi and hapu in regards to purchasing new assets, follow the work plan agreement when deciding asset ownership, form working relationships for cultural redress sites, maintain records for reporting, and organise and manage initial trustee elections. If you would like more detailed information about the trust deed, you can find this on pages 21 and 22 of your information booklet. Deciding who will be our initial trustees for Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa will involve 3 stages. Nominations will take place in September 2016, followed shortly after with voting over 2 weeks. Our chosen initial trustees will be appointed by mid-October in time to sign the deed of settlement. We, te Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa, will hold the initial trustee elections. Registered members of iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o te Wairoa, aged 18 and over, will be able to nominate and vote for the 14 trustees. As a voter, you'll belong to a kāhui, also known as a cluster. 7 hui will be held and you will be able to attend the hui that is for your kāhui. At your hui, you'll be able to elect 2 initial trustees. One trustee is to be ahi kā, and the other trustee non-ahi kā. While we won't be conducting a full postal ballot for these initial trustees, we're going to set up online voting, as well as encouraging as many of us as possible to return to your kāhui meeting. To understand which kāhui you belong to, refer to page 26 of your information booklet. More information about the initial elections will be sent out once the voting for the deed of settlement and trust is complete.
From a personal perspective, I have this belief that the treaty settlement money that is due to us, I have this view that, it doesn't belong to me, but it belongs to those people who are coming behind me. And what I'm referring to is my children, my mokopuna, my cousin's children, his mokopuna, and everybody else who has a connection to this district.
So let's remind ourselves what needs to be voted on. We need you to make a decision on our future by voting on the settlement that we have negotiated. We encourage you as a member of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o te Wairoa to vote yes to the following 3 resolutions. To accept the deed of settlement for one comprehensive settlement of all historical Treaty of Waitangi claims between the Crown and iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o te Wairoa. To agree that the Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa Trust be the post-settlement governance entity that will receive and manage redress on behalf of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o te Wairoa. To agree that the initial trustees of the Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa Trust sign the deed of settlement on behalf of the iwi and hapu of Te Rohe o te Wairoa. Remember, voting for these 3 resolutions closes 5 p.m, 26th of August, 2016. Once voting closes, we'll be advised if we've received sufficient support. To do this, the Crown takes into account factors such as the number of registered adult members, the percentage of registered members that voted, and the percentage of voters that voted yes. If there's not sufficient support, our settlement will not progress. With this in mind, it's important to realise that now is our time to shape our future for the better. If you have not registered, it's not too late. Please register and vote yes to support our settlement.
Tautoko hia, manakitia tēnei take a tātou. Mō ngā tamariki mokopuna kai te kāre anō kia whānau mai.
Ko rātou ngā mea tino ngā kaunui te ana au kia rātou. The yet unborn. And the potential and the opportunities that it represents for future generations. Yep.
We'll now have questions and answers. Before we do, we have the following ground rules. Please respect others and remain quiet so that their question can be heard clearly. Please identify yourself when you speak, as we have to record your name in our meeting minutes. Please keep questions related to the Deed of Settlement and Trust Deed for our Post-Settlement Governance Entity, PSGE. Nō reira, from all of us at Te Tira Whakaemi o Te Wairoa, kia kaha ki te rehita me te pōti. Tēnā tātou katoa.
Kia ora. So that's our presentation. As I said, questions and answers. Wee bit of context, we'd say. Wee bit of little bit more context. And it's a key message. It's a message we've been giving to every week, besides our presentation. Yes, we're here today to present to you guys the best settlement offer. That's what we believe is the Tira Whakaemi o Te Wairoa that we have achieved. Our mandate to go and negotiate the best settlement offer. That's an important thing, because if you think you're here today to make a decision on a fair and just cause, well, the Crown, this is a settlement, a political compact. We cannot achieve true redress through this process. The Crown's shown that. They create parameters. It's been a Crown imposed process. It's certainly not as we as Māori would choose to go through a process. It's been a David and Goliath battle. Everyone you see here has sacrificed so much over many, many years for no pay, and interacting with a bureaucracy, fully resourced, fully paid. So it's been a long journey, 14 years. 2002, we came together, big achievement. It's not that we didn't try before that, we did, without success. And as you see, 2002 to 2009, when we got a mandate, it's a long period. We've done a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, a lot of work behind the scenes in preparing for that crucial period of negotiations. In our team and some of the people here, a lot of the people here, actually, were part of that negotiations team. Is it the perfect package? Carl? It's a political package. Yes, some of it makes the Crown uneasy, some of it doesn't. It is what it is. Secondly, in putting this into context, it's not about the money, although the money is the big ticket in the settlement. We should not fixate on the quantum, because the quantum only symbolises, what the money symbolises is potential and opportunity. And that was the core task we were given when we were set that mandate, is to know why we were seeking the best settlement we could, for what purpose. And so in a sense, what we're bringing to you today is the end of one chapter, before we flip into the next part, and that's our future. And we've been clear about that, and our future is about the reconstitution of our people, our whānau, our hapu, our iwi, our marae, on our terms. We are all whanaunga, we all have similar, same tikanga, kawa, whakapapa, dreams, aspirations, yada, yada, yada. That's what the quantum symbolises. Other parts are mechanical, and resetting our relationship with the Crown. And in that sense, full and final offer, aye, for our historical claims, aye. Final, well, we'll see. The Crown throughout our history, doesn't matter what kind of Crown, red, blue, green, yellow, whatever, tends to, on occasion, breach the Treaty of Wairoa. Final for now. And the last example of that was the foreshore and seabed debacle. That's that. So mechanics also offers us an opportunity to reset our relationship at a local and regional level. And that's quite funny, you know, because people ask us, how is that? Because in a lot of treaty settlements you're focusing on the Crown, the government, the core Crown. Māori got clever now and said, oh, we'll do core and alta. Local government. And they've been falling over themselves to have a relationship. I wonder why. It just coincided with the announcement of our settlement in its entirety. Because the fact is, moving forward, we are going to be the prime partner back home, where our settlement is centred. Because we've got to remember that our settlement is based on our history back home in Te Rohe o Te Wairoa. And that's where it must be centred moving forward, but for all beneficiaries, whether we live there or not. Because we don't have some kind of wawata that everyone's going to miraculously move home. 34,000 Maoris suddenly appear at once, or good luck. It'd be great. Well, it'd be great. All of our kainga would come back to life, our villages out in the back. Koira te whainga roa. Mihi tika, because that's the other point. Whainga roa. Mihi kama, and having the utmost honour te Tira Whakaemi o Te Wairoa, and representing the interests of all of our people and getting to this point. We also realised, all of us, we are the burden generation. And our burden is to bring this settlement process to a logical conclusion. As Walter said, and honouring the wishes of our tipuna, of our pakeke, and all those who started this process back in the 80s. Hey, because when we started, we were lucky, we still had a few of them around. And they said to us, your job is to finish this. Me tika tātou mahi, our burden and our honour. Our burden is to settle, our honour is that the benefits will not come to us, but our tamariki, our mokopuna, our uri whakahiki. A long vision. Not spend up large kazis. I'll be off to Vegas, stock investment. Cow. Hey, so that's the context around today. The other bit, the important bit, it's not our process again. Back to this, apples, oranges. Labels, tags, forcing us down chutes. A lot of big questions and issues in front of us to answer. One of the things that we've done is we said, to remind ourselves over this last year in a funny way, what was our mandate? And our mandate was to settle the claims. That whainga roa was not our mandate. Yeah? Our mandate was to settle the claims. But there's some spillover issues and questions. And we have some unresolved issues. But they're not issues that should hold up our settlement. And that's why we've set up an initial or interim PSGE. 2 years only. And despite what that said, this settlement date is not the day we sign, it's the day the legislation is enacted, which could be anywhere between 6 months, 18 months, 24, 36, depends what the Crown priority is. And somewhere in between that period, we've got an election coming next year. Change of government, oh God. That's when that legislation is enacted. That's when DSPs, RFRs, your assets and all of that, that's when it becomes available. So that 2-year period, they're not going to have assets, they're not going to have the 100 million, they've got 5 mil and a clear job to do. Answer these questions, come back to the people with options, and you need to engage the people in doing that so that we can make a decision on what's our long-term future. In other words, come up with the plan, including what does the structure, all of this look like long-term. So what you've got here is really a slimming down of 28 to 40, our first practice step. Okay? 2 trustees per cluster. Ahika, non-ahika. It's not a inclusive, exclusive club, eh? All it does is it reflects what we need to do over the next 2 years. Important around that, and this is the big challenge in the next phase, is lifting our game. Doesn't matter whether they're ahika or non-ahika, lifting our game and having the right skill sets at the table. Leadership, governance, strategic vision. We don't need the Michael Fays or the this. We've got nothing to, you know what I mean? But they should be able to think strategically and think, well, what is our structures needed into the future? Good communication skills, all of these things. That's the big thing. Ahika, non-ahika. Mā wai te ahika e tohu, mā te ahika. So our ahika are going to elect and appoint the ahika reps. They've got a challenge. They can come up with one by the time kapai. If not, I'll have 40 here. For the others, tātou katoa, under our cluster setup, which is imperfect. We know. And we know, and we just read and ticking and choosing that it feels like we're asking you to do something very un-Māori. There's to prioritise and cut up your whakapapa. Bear with us. It reflects where we're at in the journey. And the wawata and moi moi out behind that name, tātou tātou. Get there. Yeah? So that's just about helping us get through the process of this next stage. Yep, she's going to be quick. You saw those dates, September, October, yeah. Yeah? But I'll remind us, 2 years only. It's not like we're appointing the board of Fletcher Challenge, not yet. Wairoa. So that's some context for us in our questions. Questions. Fire away, folks. Kia ora, please remember, introduce yourself.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for the battle that you've been through. He kainga hea hau mō ngā te apa ki te rātua.
Kia ora.
Ko tāki tungu te waka. Ko kihi tū te marae. I wanted to ask about the support that the PSGE will be given, because obviously you've got a work plan, so it's operational / governance. So what support networks do you have in place, please?
Yeah. That's an important thing, eh? Everyone focus on more trustee. I want to be trustee. We need lots of skill sets to move forward. Operational. I forgot to introduce at the front, at the beginning. I'm so sorry. You've all met her. This is Melissa Kaimwana at the back. She's our V8. She's the engine of our operation. Her and our other administrators, standing beside her, Leon, is heading our legal entity, the Tira Kōkiri o Te Wairoa, which is responsible for managing our affairs, so that we can play governance. You know, we're not J.R. Ewing of Dallas. We don't do governance management. We're not Trumps. We don't do it all. Governance. So we've got good operational support. We've got good policies. We're going to need more people to get involved though and expand that base over the next few years. I want to make a point though, a little point for back home. Yeah, this is going to be centred. We're not centering ourselves in Pōneke, Tamaki, we're centering ourselves at home. Yeah. There's other border stuff we need to look at over the next 2 years. Okay, bigger challenge. That part moving forward. How does our PSG fit into the landscape? So all of those kind of issues are going to be big money. Lots of support. We're good at it though, I'm really proud of our efforts to date. As an example, and it's one we're proud of in a way, we've returned money to our funders that we haven't used, significant amounts, over our last 3 contracts. Because we're frugal, man. We're mean. I am in this anyway. And I are. Everything. We're really good. And that puts us in good stead to move forward. We're one of the few claimant groups that have done that with the Crown Forestry Rental Trust, returned money. And we're proud to. Even though that's our entitlement, that's going to help some other claimants somewhere else. So I think we're okay, that's what I'm saying. We're okay. Other questions? We're all very timid. We like timid crowds. Another one? Yeah. Go for it.
What code does the PSG follow? So environmental, border, culture.
All of it.
All of it?
All of it. Socio-economic, cultural, environmental, you're going to have a look at all of those things because that's all of the responsibilities placed upon us under the deed of settlement through those relationships.
Yeah.
So everything. It's a burden, but it's also, and again, an opportunity to help us reset our relationships locally, regionally, nationally. Ooh. Actually, you're making me nervous now. I'll strain my question up. It's going to be a comment. I'll have a call. Hey, yeah, I'll call you. What do you think of question?
I'd like to, rather than ask a question, I suppose, pose to you all the question of urban Māori. That's who you are. That's who I am. I live in Wairoa in town, no longer out of Whakaemi in the scrub. So we've all been urbanised in one way or another. I would suggest that the future of Māori is urban Māori. And how does Whakaemi reach out? How does Whakaemi deliver? I know that's in your minds, it's all in your minds. We don't have the answers. We were struggling to get the bloody crown to cough up. But now that the crown has coughed up, it's created another issue. So don't blame us if we get the odd one wrong, the odd one right. I've never done this before. And I went to Whakaemi School in Fielding for 4 years. They never taught me how to deal with the crown. So we've been doing it ad hoc, you could say, all the way, and we've come up with this deal. But you as urban Māori, and me as urban Māori, my kids are out there in urban Māori. Maybe that's where the future is, in ahi kā. We at home at Whakaemi and Tira. And Keaton. We're a dying breed. There's about 5 left at Keaton, 15 left at Whakaemi, about 10 left at Iwi. Where have they gone? They've gone to urban. To look for work and look for jobs and all that. It's not a criticism, it's a reality. So we need some feedback, you know. Kia ora.
He pātai. Kia ora, ko te hane kani tōku ingoa. Whānau ko ngā tīpoki, ngā kupa, ngā kauria, I'm just wondering, in the Kāhui cluster list, oi a Ngāti Hine Pihinga. If anybody could? I'm asking this question because there was a few of us from Pūtahi a while ago that some 12 years ago that felt that Ngāti Hine Pihinga was our hapu. And we had quite a big hui with Uncle Digger and different ones, Digger Kauria. And he quite clearly pointed out to us that there was no such thing as Ngāti Hine Pihinga. That we were hinihika, and we resolved that amongst ourselves at that time. So I'm just curious.
So yes, okay. Okay. Apples and pears. That's my analogy. Apples and pears. The Crown claimant definition. That's what this is about, claimant definition. Who are we? Who is who? And you know, there's been a discussion amongst ourselves for 2.5 years. And we still haven't been able to resolve that fully. Who is who? Right up to the initialing of our deed of settlement earlier this year. We were still having discussions. There's a nice way of putting it, about our claimant definition and our hapu names and inclusion. And for Ngāti Hine Pihinga specifically, we thought that had been deleted. But that with a number of couple of other hapu in there that shouldn't be in there are in there. And the Crown said, well, actually we didn't change those, and now that we've initialed, they have to stay. And Wiki quite clearly reminded us of that history after it's not yet finished, the Crown on that. Because it's not just Hine Pihinga, there's a couple of other hapu that our kāhui have clearly told us should not be in there. The inclusion of further hapu, how? We can't do that now. Cannot do that now. But that's why we're saying to everyone, when we look at the claimant definition, we want you to concentrate on the highest levels and the tipuna waka named, because we can all whakapapa to that. And what we're saying is, we're not about excluding any rightful beneficiary, despite this Crown parameter around us. That's that. We're straight up to, we're Wairoa. And then we'll tell it straight up. We haven't been perfect, as long as it. Even though we've returned through there, we haven't been perfect. We've learned, we've made mistakes, we've tripped up along the way, but we've also gotten ourselves back up and marched on. Other questions?
Kia ora tāmaki. I don't know so much if it's a question. Leander Maxim, kia ora whānau. Ko Papa Joseph Carroll, ko Whātuera whānau. Ko mai kaupua mā tōturu tapu. It's a response to Walter. That yes, as urban Māori who weren't brought up in Wairoa either, and my sister Deborah, who's joined us today, we have been working in other areas, as Tāmaki knows, on different things that will be part of the process of moving forward, where we each play these roles. And for example, I've been involved with revitalising the Māori business network here called Tira Pākehī. And part of the strategy that has been created through the Māori economic strategy is as manukeri or taura in this rohi, that we're creating our business and enterprise initiatives under that strategy that we can also deploy back home in our rohi, back in Wairoa. So you've done your role, we're doing our role, and we're doing the role for the future generations.
There's some important, some salient points in the say. First thing is the treaty settlement's not going to be an elixir. It's going to fix all of our current woes. Yeah? Secondly, the treaty settlement is about Article 2 redress. Yeah? Article 2 redress under the Treaty of Waitangi. We must not get that confused with our Article 3 rights as citizens. What I'm saying is we must be careful not to take our Article 2 redress to subsidise our Article 3 rights. So that's why moving forward, it's resetting these relationships to reach our potential back home. And assisting with our, because we all know the woes, you can rattle them off. Wairoa, Pōtiki, kai taia, kai kohe, where all of our people live, with our cause, around the motu and all of the woes. Socio-economic, cultural, it was mentioned woes. So what we need to do moving forward in resetting that relationship is having, let the Crown has to emancipate our people where wama. Emancipate our people. We have been caught in a welfare state. It's not a good buzz, but we've got to not use that to fix that. It's about growing opportunity. It's about changing what you're doing with us in our communities by working with them. Those two things together, commercial enterprise, social enterprise, real partnership and collaboration and input will help us into the future. Lift that another level. Our people, 34,000 people. There are just under about 9,800 people in Wairoa. Whārea mai Māori mai, katoa. Māori, 62% of that. It's just under 5,000. That's 34,000. We think even that's conservative. I'm a meaty, there's a few of us. But with certain things. So, what have we here in this urbanisation? We have the evolution of our people, the evolution of our culture. These two things have not necessarily flowed in the same stream. So how do we connect those back? Through these things. And it can be done. Yeah? I live in Pōneke. I work in Pōneke. I'm centred in Pōneke. Not the only one. Tuahine's in Auckland. Brilliant. Our lead negotiator, Johnny, but he will around the country. Another negotiator, constitutional expert lawyer, Wellington, coming back. And that's what we need to get into the future, more of that. But then reaching out into these communities, partnering up. Yeah, I'm not saying this is it. These are all the things we need to think about into the future. Okay. It's just like the auction now turned as going once, questions. This is your opportunity here, Bob.
Tammy, will we know what the numbers are that have gone through the ratification process out of?
Yeah.
That have signed, that so we know whether that's
Yeah,
up.
when we, on our website, but not in the advertisement that we do, but we'll certainly through our website to say, well, this was the final vote, this is how, what we'll do with the Crown in producing our final report. These are how many are registered, these are how many are voted, here's the percentage of votes that said yes, here's the percentage that said no, this is what they compare against our total numbers. We're very real with the Crown and with everyone. We haven't got 34,000 registrations. And I would challenge you to go out and find an EV that has been at this stage that has full register. We're tracking around 3,000 at the moment, which is good. Which brings me to my other point before closing. Thank you for coming. And not only coming along to listen to the information and make an informed decision, you also volunteer to join our army.
Oh, excellent.
I mean this sincerely. We need foot soldiers, we need lieutenants, we need warriors. People who are going to go from here and reach out into their whānau and encourage them to register, to read the information and make an informed decision, participate in our future. Māori only bad for voting. We don't turn out for local elections, we don't turn out for national elections. We only turn out for elections back home if it's in our whānau interest.
Even the Mariah election.
Even the Mariah election, we're bad, but we've all got an opinion. We've all got an opinion. Let's start practicing.
Kia ora tātou. Kia ora mai.
Whānau whānui. E kite ngā kanohi e hoki ngā maha. Whakaki roha, whakaki rao, whakaki nui aru. Āho ta hoko, kia mau, paku a uta, e paku a roai. E pupu tanga, o tari, o te rawa kore e. Hoi tērei tangata e tūmaina, ko aku hata rewi, a no iwi tea, whakaki, kirituna, moriana, ma ko tāua tēnā. E tupu ake tāua, ki roto tēnā wāhi i peki, o te whakaki nui a rua. Engare, i tēnei wā, kuri nā kōrero ki tā kōrero, pi kete. You know, I just listened to my whānau here. And what he says was exactly right. Ki te koe nā māmu e mana māu, te kara re, o te mawa, o nā hururu. We are the generation that's the challenge was for the younger ones. I tautoko the kōrero, the last speaker, nā tamariki e te ho, i tālu wani, ki muri. O rātou te hua, ne? E puta mai, puta tēnei hui. I believe all that. I just come here tonight because I hardly go home, urban, Chico, whatever that. I've been away from home for a long time. E te kōtiti haere ki e whenua ke. All my mokopuna, they're the same. They've gone. And that's why I think tako o ne, Holly, He says, there you can count them on one hand. Those maraes, iwi te whakaki, tai atu ki nuaka, mai here. And you know, it's good to just listen. You know, raru there. You know, kei whakahaere there. He says, not going to solve things just like that. It needs your tautoko. Our tautoko. Tautoko te kaupapa. I got my roots here now, Papawea. My father, he's still up at Takitai, the Warna Whakaki, te Niwite. All my whānau are there. But my eldest girlfriend, she lives in Brisbane there. I told her that I won't be going back there. The times that when I used to be in Noinui, we used to see them, had to take the bliggin' tupapaku on the sledge, because the bloody lake was about that bloody deep. 3 decker. The tupapaku. And you know, I still remember those. I was quite surprised that Wally, with his education, say, put this fella here. You know, I said that I thought you would have left home. But you still live. I don't know why, you know, I admire that. You know, for example, let's say you the ahika that we talk about. But I always go back home just to have a look, see. And like I just said, I'm a stranger in my own place. They said, who the hell is that old fella? And they said, oh, that's so and so and so and so. I said, well, bloody hell, we never see them since he left North Clyde School.
It's gone.
Yeah.
History.
Well, I go back home, it is.
History.
It's history. And it's good to come up here and see some of my whānau here. The kōtiro Keivuri, Kaimona. Yeah. They whānau to me. In fact, you know, I still look around. There's one from Kitu. The Taho Takamama, no Whakata, and Kitu. On my dad's side, the Taho Taku Papa, or Whakaki Iwite. I'm going to hold on. So that I'm proud to meet somebody here. And other than that, I still talk with that old fellas, what he says about our tamari. Then I'll go too.
Thank you. Kia ora matawhaiti. Kia ora.
Hi.
Kia ora.
So, just to recap a couple of things before we wrap up. It's really important, firstly, that we get as many of our people as possible registered and voting. We need your help there, Wama, to reach out across this interweb. You'll see in our booklets and our information, we're accessible many ways. Facebook, YouTube, we've got the website, all of those things. The Tira Whakaemi. So get your kids, and don't forget to include your tamariki when you register. Might have to do that straight away. But the under 18 is important. It's as important as ngā pakeke, as has been said. That's the first thing, Mama. Sitting right beside that, the Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa wholeheartedly believes this is the best deal that we can achieve. And we recommend to all of our whanaunga to vote yes to our deed of settlement. Next point, Te Tira Whakaemi has agreed on a trust and a model for the next 2 years. An interim model with a set work program and a clear task to achieve. Tātou tātou o te Wairoa Trust. And we recommend to all of our beneficiaries, all of our whanaunga, to vote yes to the trust. And if you vote yes to those two things, you'll be limited dodo not to vote yes, to sign. We need to empower them to sign. And in doing that, that's important for Te Tira because you empower us to wind up. You're telling us you've achieved your job. Yeah? And it's the next one's responsibility. So we are recommending yes, yes, and yes to all 3 resolutions. You can participate, as was outlined, online, through the post, or at the box at the back. Yeah? Don't worry, you're not going to all rush into that box after you leave. Don't do that. And somewhere amongst our ranks today we've got a Crown Observer. Getting good at hiding, eh? Crown Observer, it's alright, they're not from the SAS, they're from TTK. 40. They keep an eye on things. Any votes cast, we simply count the votes, bag them up, seal them, and send them off to elections in NZ. Cool? So those are our key messages today. You are warriors now. Welcome to the army for our future. Now's our time there, Honga. We need your help, we need your support, we need your participation. We cannot reiterate that enough. We're going to wind up now, so we can have a cup of tea, have a little karakia, yeah, and then we're going to sing our anthem into the future, all together. Tu tira mai ngaiwi. Eh? Ani there, how the wall staying down this. Sing our anthem to finish off and have our cup of tea. But before we all do that, we've got a whole group of whānau from Australia watching right now, quite a few from around Aussie. So if we all give a big hey, kia ora whānau, and all your hands up, kia ora whānau. We need those Māoris. We need those Māoris, our whānau over there.
They'll send their money over.
No, they're not sending money back nowadays, just people. They're free of charge. We've got to change that. So, huri noi tō tātou whare nei rā te mihi kia tātou. Tātou katoa. Thank you for coming along. Last message, don't forget, you're in the franchise, we're in the franchise. Te kaha ngā hurricane. Very important. We wanted our whānau last week in Rotorua and Hamilton with the true franchise. Some of them struggle to believe now you've seen the light. Now you've seen the light. Go the hurricanes. Kia ora rā. Kia tātou katoa, ko te ātawhai o tō tātou ariki a iu karaiti, me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga tani tana ki te wairua tātui, ake, āmine. Tu tira mai ngā iwi, tātou e. Tu tira mai ngā iwi, tātou e. Whai a te maramatanga, me te aroha, e ngā iwi ki a kotahi rā, Tātou, tātou e. Tātou, tātou e. Ia wehi. Whakapaingi nei kai i hoa e oranga mō mātou tīlana āmine. He kaputi e, hika mā?
Tātou, tātou, te Wairoa. Let's build a better future for our whānau. Voting is now open on our settlement. Te Tira Whakaemi o te Wairoa is about to hold a series of ratification hui across Aotearoa seeking your vote and your support. To approve the deed of settlement and to agree to the roles and responsibilities of our post-settlement governance entity, Tātou Tātou o te Wairoa. We need your vote for our settlement to continue. If you're over 18 and whakapapa to te Wairoa, then register now to have your say. Go to our website or Facebook page for more information on how to vote. Tātou Tātou, te Wairoa. Tātou Tātou, te Wairoa.